What's up, dudes and dudes of the internet? My name's Seth, and today we're going to be talking about the Trove fixtures and club improvements. More specifically, they are going to be coming out with November 14th's Trove Adventure Update. So November 14th is when all of this is going to end up going to the live server. That's going to be for consoles and for PC, and it's absolutely amazing. So this is going to be the new club menu. Let's just jump right into it. There's going to be all sorts of new accessibility and things that you're going to be able to do with the club, which is crazy. First of all, leaders and presidents and stuff are going to be able to see a club log right here. So you're going to very easily be able to see like who was invited to the club, who was kicked, who destroyed blocks and stuff like that. So it's going to be very easy for us to track down griefing and stuff like that, especially for some of the newer clubs and stuff. Then there's going to be active benefits, which your club will need to pay rent on a weekly basis to keep fixtures active. Again, we're going to be talking about fixtures in a little bit here because I want to explain the menu right here first. So this is going to be your XP bar. So club experience, there's going to be a total club experience, then there's going to be a daily limit to how much experience you can get, and then experience for the next level. And as far as I've heard, the experience until the club ends up leveling is going to scale based on the amount of members that you end up having. So the more members means the more experience you're going to need, because otherwise you would just be able to breeze through all of the levels like super duper quick, right? The way that you end up gaining the experience is that players are going to have to go over to the adventurers right here. You're going to have to interact with them, start a quest of theirs, go complete that quest, and then that's going to give experience towards the club itself, right? So again, the whole thing is that you can keep going for that total experience earned, because that's going to be for the weekly contest right here of experience earned. Sorry about that, folks. That's just how it is living with a dog. So where was I? Oh yeah, you could keep grinding towards the total amount of experience so that you can end up, of course, being on the leaderboard. But the daily experience is going to be the most important thing, because then you're going to end up earning levels towards your club, which is going to give you access to higher levels of fixtures, or maybe the level is completely separate from the fixtures. I'm not exactly sure, because the fixtures I know are actually tied to the Clubits, which we'll talk about that in a bit. This right here is going to be the total power rank of the entire club. So it's going to be based off of your highest power rank character. It's going to take that power rank and put it towards this whole list. So for example, my power rank in this club is going to be 25k because my gunslinger has 25k PR, not my lunar lancer who only has 20k. And then you're going to be able to see right here 49 members. And then the active benefits, those are going to be based on the fixtures. So I can't actually put any fixtures in this club on the test server just because things are really, really broken. So instead we've been using Merc's club over here. So there's also going to be, you're going to be able to sort by name, rank, power rank, donations, which is going to be Clubits. Again, we'll talk about that in a minute. And then last logged in, you can set, set primary actually seems to work now. Good, because otherwise that was all broken for some strange reason. So anyways, fixtures right here. So the way these are going to work is this category in itself is a little bit finicky. It's a little bit broken in some regards, but it works, and I guess that's the important thing. So as you end up going into a club, you're going to right-click either of these, and it's going to ask, do you want to go to your build menu so that you can place these down? You just say yes. It puts it in your build inventory, and then you can plop these down anywhere in the world that you want, and it's going to be a framework, similar to a framework. So you can check out my video on that if that's already out. But in any case, you're going to be able to put these down at tier 1, and then you can upgrade them for a set amount of Clubits. So Rally of Heroes is going to be the one that you see right in front of us, where these plates on the ground are going to end up spawning a random hero. And then these heroes are going to vary from common to rare to legendary, and each of them are going to end up having different quests that you can end up doing, which are going to vary in difficulty. And also are going to vary in the rewards of adventurine is what the new resource is called, right? So this boot, for example, is always going to be fishing quests, whereas this guy's going to have stuff that's in the haunted isles, and this guy's going to have stuff in the treasure isles. So you can always end up going into, whoopsie daisy, now I have my new club menu up here. You can always end up going to the adventures tab, and when this ends up going onto the live server, all of these little pictures right here are not going to be blank. It's going to show a picture of the character itself so that you can kind of see like which one is supposed to be which. Now the thing that's kind of cool about these guys is we've got like Dracantus, which is that pirate guy that's right in front of us, and he's asleep right now. He's going to leave and despawn in 17 hours and 7 minutes. Once he does that, you just interact with that plate that's on the ground, and a new NPC is going to take his place. That's where the randomness comes in. Now, you can manually remove them for the Clubits yourself if you're trying to farm for like a specific rare one or something like that, or you're a club that just happens to have nothing to spend your Clubits on anymore, right? But then all the NPCs are also going to have sleep cycles. So for this guy, for example, he's asleep for 60 minutes and awake for 60 minutes. And that's going to be server-based, so whether you log in or log out, that time is always going to be progressing. So if he just goes to sleep and it's like, okay, start your timer, because in an hour, you're going to be able to go back and start doing his quest. So you can see he wakes up in 7 minutes and 3 seconds, or we could spend 75 Clubits to just wake him up right now. I don't know why it says we can wake him, because we only have 4 in the club, like really. But then there's going to be differing levels. Like you can see the boot is awake for 2 hours, asleep for 1. This character, which is an undead character, never sleeps, which I think is really, really cool that they ended up doing that. And then there's going to be the Trovian Clubit Union. So that's going to be another required item that you're going to have to plop down. That's this right here. And as you complete quests for these guys, you're going to get Adventurine. Just before we go over to the vault, I'm going to explain this. You're going to get Adventurine, which is going to show up in your Dragon Coin tab right up here at the top. I just don't have any of them. You're going to be able to spend Adventurine on a handful of different things. You're going to be able to spend it on a couple merchants that are in the hub for a bunch of garbage. Or if you end up building your club up enough to be able to place down a merchant fixture, you're going to be able to spend your Adventurine on that merchant. But again, we'll talk about that in a little bit here, because more importantly, you're going to be able to convert 10 Adventurine into a Clubit. And one of the fixtures at a higher tier is going to, like if you have the merchant at tier 3, you're going to be able to convert more Adventurine into more Clubit. So it's going to have like a better ratio for you rather than the 10 for 1, right? It's supposed to be like 10 for 85 or something. I don't know. The ratio is like weird how it was explained in the patch notes. But in any case, you interact with each of these guys and spend your Clubits on them. So any character can end up converting their Adventurine into Clubits. Then you come over here and you can deposit it. So you're going to be able to deposit 3,000 at once. Get this up to tier 2 and you can deposit 9,000. Get this up to tier 3 and you're going to be able to deposit an unlimited amount of Clubits. So I would recommend that you go for that right away, because the more Clubits that you can store, the more fixtures you can buy. And some of these are definitely very, very important, while some of them are not. But in any case, we'll look at the utility guy right here, and you can kind of hover over all of these and see not only are they very, very expensive as far as the Clubits are concerned, but they also do a great number of things for everybody that's in the club world. So attracts a greater variety of heroes at your Rally of Heroes fixture. Some heroes will only appear if this fixture is present in your club. So you put that one down somewhere just so that you can have rare heroes spawn over here on the Rally of Heroes. And then, of course, you're going to be able to get more quests and be able to get more Adventurine, which, of course, means more Clubits, right? So then the Font of Knowledge grants a bonus experience earned and a chance to earn additional experience for all members who have this club selected as their primary. So you're going to have to always have your primary club is the only club you're going to be able to benefit from with these fixtures. So you can't cheat it and have like 3 of them in one club and 3 of them in the other, and so on and so forth, right? Grants bonus magic find, so you can find more boxes, pearls, and shadow key fragments for everybody in the club. Here's that new merchant, where higher tier fixtures of the merchant have new and unique goods for sale, including a dragon fragment. Then there's also going to be grant bonus jump and chance to finding talismans in adventure worlds. You can also tether your mount to this fixture's leash block to show it off. Sounds really interesting. And then there's always going to be one of these where it reduces the upkeep cost for all utility fixtures when placed in a club world. So each of the fixtures themselves, if we go over to the fixtures tab, is going to end up having a certain amount of rent. So as you end up putting some of these down, some of them are like 60 rent, 300, and so on and so forth. And you're going to have to pay those once per week on the weekly reset. If you don't end up paying that rent, you're just not going to end up having the benefit of any of the fixtures. But as far as I know, you can just click pay rent anytime during the week, which you're not going to earn those extra days. Like, it's always going to be the set day. Like on Monday is when you're always going to have to pay the rent. So if you just end up getting enough Clubits on Saturday and then you pay the rent, you might want to watch out for that, because then suddenly you're going to get charged on Monday as well. So just keep that in mind. And another thing too is that as you end up upgrading these guys, which of course costs more Clubits, I wish it would actually show how much it's going to cost instead of just being grayed out. But As you upgrade them, of course, you're going to have more and more benefits to each of these things. They're going to end up giving you more percentage value of stats, more luck to your magic find and junk like that. But then also the thing that's really important is that if you have like a tier 3 shrine of skill and then you end up getting rid of it, you remove it, you get it out of there because you want to end up putting a different one down. Don't worry, because the shrine of skill is going to stay at tier 3. Whatever tier you end up leveling it to, it's going to stay at that set in whatever your club is. So club worlds essentially are going to end up working very, very hard to not only level up the club so they get all these different slots available, but also getting as much Clubits as possible, having everybody pitch in as much as possible to end up upgrading everything to tier 3, just so that you can have a completely maxed out club, and then you can kind of swap the fixtures out per week or something like that, depending on what you want to end up doing, right? Because there's the utility ones, but then there's also going to be the combat ones. So there's going to be grants a damage reduction effect to all members who have selected this as their prime club. This is going to be bonus to crit hit and crit damage. This one's just going to be physical and magic damage. This one's going to be maximum health. And then the way that they work, I just know the health one because I actually read it, where it's like 25% more health at tier 1, 50% at tier 2, and 100% more health at tier 3. And everybody in the club is going to be benefiting from that. So that's absolutely insane. Then there's going to be health regen, which who cares? And then reduces upkeep costs for all combat fixtures, which these are the combat fixtures. Then there's going to be what the game calls ultimate club fixtures. So these ones are going to be pretty crazy. You can see they're already super expensive. You're going to have a tier 3 vault in order to even actually buy any of these, because tier 2 vault can only store 2,000 Clubits. You're going to have 10,000. Did I say 2,000 Clubits? No. You can deposit 9,000 Clubits in a tier 2 vault. And, you're going to need 10,000, so you have to have a tier 3 vault. Anyways, this is going to grant a small chance to deal additional damage upon striking an enemy, so you're going to have a chance to do double damage. This also has a chance to replenish all flash charges to all members who have this selected as their club. So it's not like everybody's going to recharge their flash all at once. It just means that as you're out farming, you're going to have a random chance of all of your flash just recharging for no reason whatsoever. This one seems really, really overpowered, though. Grants a chance to find additional gems and reduces the cost to upgrade gems to everybody in the club. Absolutely insane. And then reduces the upkeep cost of all other fixtures placed in the club world. So that means that this one is going to end up reducing the cost of everything. And of course, it's going to end up stacking with these ones right here. So you could potentially end up having the weekly rent be very, very cheap, depending on the amount of members that you actually have in the club. Because as far as I know, the rent, don't quote me on this, just because we're not on the live server yet, but I'm assuming that the rent is not going to scale based on the amount of members that you have. I'm pretty sure it's just set for all of these. So, of course, like, bigger clubs are going to be able to benefit from having more adventurine and Clubits and more members farming it for them. And because of that, you're going to have a much easier time upkeeping everything, right? So that pretty much covers it, though, folks, as far as all the new club stuff, and most of all just the fixtures in general. I guess last but not least, just to say for the club update, there's the new permissions tab, which you can kind of edit permissions for each of the different roles. There's going to be 2 new roles, which is captain and vice president, or, well, I guess captain and president are the new roles. And either way, it's just absolutely awesome, dude. Really, really love this update. Like, it's absolutely insane. So I just wanted to let you all know about that. It seems like, see right here, total experience 1,000. The daily experience is at 750, though. Oh, because the daily experience ended up changing. But you can see right here, the daily experience for this one is at 45,000 because, of course, my Scythe Plays Club, which was at 64,000 for the total daily limit amount of experience. Was actually like increased in the Scythe Plays Club world, right? Okay, so that's pretty crazy because look at this. So never mind what I was saying earlier. I didn't know because I couldn't actually, for the life of me, set this as my main club 2 seconds ago. But it seems that what actually scales based on the amount of members is just the amount of daily experience that you can earn in a club, because the experience until the next level for this club was the exact same as this one. So I guess it just means that bigger clubs are just going to be able to benefit by being able to gain a lot more experience and thus being able to also level up a whole lot faster. So that's going to be pretty crazy when this goes to the live server. And you can also see all of the active benefits right here just by taking a peek at these. I don't know if you can actually see the stats on them because you actually have to go into the fixtures tab and then you just hover over this info button and then there you go, right? So allows for a maximum of 3,000 Clubits to be stored in the contributed to the club, blah, 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 and it tells you all the different stuff. So anyways, that's really cool. Absolutely love the whole fixtures idea. I think it's going to be great. And also the idea that players are going to be able to all benefit and all work together to actually get something as a common goal, because of course these fixtures are going to help everybody in the club rather than just helping the people that are at the top. So thank you so much for watching, everybody. Very much appreciate it. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content, as well as building up loyalty points by my merch store. Links are in the description for that, as well as just everything about this game. And man alive, this update is going to be insane when it comes out November 14th. Sign on and stay epic, everybody.